doesn't want
Certainly
to
want
hear.
to see.
But anyways, once I was back here in the States, we came into contact with Maxime, who's over in Russia right now, and it's just been a real blessing, and I see how God had prepared me all those years to be able to work together for missions from here, actually working with him over there and the work that he does. And I guess I'd like to share more about what he's doing more so than what I'm doing. But on the side here from the States, I am a spokesman for him here. I try to help raise funds to help with the ministry there and encourage him. And I encourage you to encourage him as well. Carlos can maybe put out his email. Do you have it there? I don't have it. It's Unitarian something. My email is tracy68@mail.ru. If you would like to be on my mailing list, I put out from time to time newsletters about the work he's doing and how you can pray for him. And if you would send me an email or let Carlos know, I can get you on that mailing list as well. Maxime, he's 27 years old. He's been working for the kingdom and sharing the good news and planting seeds over in Russia for the last, I don't know, maybe 4 years. And in the last 2.5, 3 years, we've been actively working together with him. He works in a hospital, volunteer, but it's a work. He just doesn't get paid for it, for the Monday through Friday as a job. And through that work in the hospital, he's met many people. They come in from other areas, other countries, and so God's kind of used that as a place to get his word out. So it's not only in his town. In fact, he doesn't even have any believer brothers and sisters in the town that he lives in, over in Omsk, Siberia, Russia. But we have brothers and sisters in multiple different countries. I think we have 7 countries that have believers as us over there, that love the truth, that are trying to share the truth. With the new laws over in Russia, they are unable to. And that's, again, we see how God knew that. If I was living in Russia right now, I could not do anything, because unless you are an ordained pastor or actually working in a legitimate church type of thing, you are not even allowed to share. The brothers and sisters have to pass names off to Maxime so that you can talk to the people. You're not able to just invite people over. And so things are getting a lot tougher there, but with his background, he has a degree in law, and so he understands a little bit how to do things. He's a very humble man, and he knows how to work with the different organizations there and to be legal as he needs to be to continue to work there. He, like I said, works in the hospital. He comes home at night after that. He's not on the computer playing games and watching kiddie videos and things like that, but he's reaching out to people. He has a group on, it's kind of a Russian Facebook type thing. He has about 30,000 people that are a part of that group, and he puts information out, and then it directs them back to our website, where we have a lot of different information, a lot of things that are translated. And we're hoping to get Dan Gill's book in there, along with James' book as well, translated. And in addition to that, he has an outreach also to the Chinese people over there. We have one brother that died, who's waiting for the resurrection, who was a Chinese man. And because of the work with Bentley and Sylvia, that many of you may know of, she was able to put together a flyer in Chinese, and he put that out in the markets and the places where people worked and lived, and through that he was able to come into contact with the man who came to the faith. Yeah. So in the evenings when he gets home, he's on his computer writing emails, he's Skyping with people, making phone calls up until 12, 1 o'clock at night when he goes to bed to get back up to work again. On the weekend, he has a big brother ministry. He takes a boy named Sergey for the weekend, every other weekend. And then the other weekends, he's traveling to brothers and sisters that are sort of closer. They're usually an overnight train trip or maybe a 3-hour bus ride to go encourage them and to study with them and pray with them. And he also does some work in a children's home, and he's corresponding with people that are in prison. And in fact, one gentleman who was in prison, who wasn't really interested, but said, contact my dad, who was in another country, and tell him more about this, he'd be interested. That man was just recently baptized by one of our elderly sisters, who took a bus ride over to baptize him. And so the faith is alive and well there. Please pray for Maxime, obviously, as you hear of all he does for strength for him physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. He's been hacked the last couple weekends online. His website was hacked a couple weeks ago, and terrible things were put on it. Somebody saw it and called him. He was out with the boy for the weekend, and he was able to get that taken care of with the provider. But then they also hacked his Skype and were sending terrible messages out to people that he had been corresponding with. So he came back, he spent 2 days trying to write to all these people to say that wasn't me. And then the following weekend he was hacked again. And so please pray for protection. Satan is just the enemy, and he wants to shut this down. Maxime's doing God's work and getting the message out of the kingdom and who God is. And so pray for that protection for him and the different ways that he ministers there. And just please pray for people that are seeking God, seeking truth, would cross his path. Please pray for brothers and sisters in his immediate area, his town, so that he would have fellowship there as well. And I ask that you would please pray for another brother that would be raised up by God to share this load with him and minister with him over there as well. Because as you can just hear little bits that I'm telling you, that it is a very heavy load. And
I have a question.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
You didn't have to stop mid-sentence. I wonder, what does he do for actual income then? Because he does
from our support that we're helping, we're helping support the ministry and the church planting that's taking place over there. So if people want to help donate towards that, you could send it to the Restoration Fellowship and they can pass it on to Lord's Harvest International, or just send it in to Lord's Harvest International. But just make sure you earmark it for Maxime, for Russia ministry.
Do you want to talk about healing hoops?
A little bit, in just a second.
And say something in Russian first.
Okay.
Your Russian is highly impressive to me. I don't know what you're saying. Maybe for anybody out there that's listening to Maxime.
Well, and Maxime also wanted to pass on, he shared with the brothers and sisters here on Skype this morning that he wanted to let you know that he loves you all dearly, that he is very grateful and very thankful for the support that he gets from you, whether it's financially, prayer support, little written words of encouragement. If you could find him on Facebook, if you go to my Facebook page, you can find him or send him emails. And you don't have to write a book, just write in English, hi, I'm praying for you. Let him know that. It's very encouraging to him, because as you out there in internet land know, you don't have a body right around you. And he doesn't have a body around him at all. And he's not able to Skype in like you guys are every week, which is a blessing here. He does, but it's not in Russian, so unless Anthony gets the gift of speaking in Russian, he doesn't get to hear that. So, Максим, все передают тебе привет. Они благодарны за твою работу тоже и любят тебя очень также. So, in regards to healing,
She's speaking in tongues.
Who's going to interpret?
No one?
Healing Hooves is a ministry of business that I have up in Minnesota. I have a passion for horses, and I've seen the therapeutical value that they have as well. And started that work up, and we do different business things as well, having parties, pony parties, things like that. But we also do senior living. We've gone there, and which has been a blessing, or maybe visiting a hospice, or different things. I work with people that are disabled as well, and being able to, I guess, share God's love that way with people, hopefully impacting their lives and helping to provide a little bit for what we're doing. Is that enough about that? I don't know. So you can find it on our Facebook page, Healing Hooves Family Farm, and see kind of what we're doing there as well. And I do appreciate this group of brothers and sisters here, and I thank you for your prayers and support of me as well. It's been a blessing, and please do, though, pray for Maxime and encourage him as you can. I am trying to put together something that we would be able to maybe get together on a Skype or some sort of internet platform where we could pray for him, whether it be weekly or monthly. In my couple newsletters ago, I mentioned it. We didn't get a whole lot of response. I don't know if they didn't go out soon enough, but I'll let you guys know so you can maybe publish that. If we could get together and just be praying for him in the ministry, because it is under attack, and we need to fight back as well. So thank you, and have a blessed day.
Thank you.